Now, this Dietrich Bonhoeffer, he stood while people criticized them, and the worst opponents and critics were the Christian church themselves at that time. And they quoted the same old Romans 13:1. I'm not making you feel bad today on Sunday. But that scripture about, being obedient to all governments and powers because they've been put in there by God. But there is no such scripture or any type of word from God that it tells you that you have to roll over and up on your belly or be a doormat to evil and corrupt politicians and unjust policies that will ruin our lives. No. He stood his ground. He was warned. He was ostracized by everyday Germans. And you're saying, don't bring that up. No, I need to bring it up to you, New Zealand. Because the German people were the same. Casual, blasé about it. Doesn't involve me. If I can get my job back, and God willing, I hope you do, and I get my income going again, and that's really what matters, and as long as nobody interferes with it, it started already. You can't be the same after this week. And then the next step by that government was to empower themselves with excessive, insane, almost bordering on, it is criminal power to their political regime, and particularly to one man. Dietrich Bonhoeffer stood his ground. In his little church, they stood their ground and protested in times that it seemed like society was okay, that these laws were passed. I'm telling you the truth. Can you see the parallel? Of course you can. Same thing. Take away their liberties first, and then give themselves insanely criminal power. It's criminal to one person, to one party. Politicians, you voted in. Well, I didn't. In fact, they weren't even voted in. Winston Peters in New Zealand first put them in. He was taken aside after he stood again, and you know what they did to him? They killed him. Today, the equivalent probably, if you don't shoot me, is that they kill the message. They muddy the message. Haters muddy it. The media mix it up and corrupt it. So really good-hearted but very ignorant New Zealanders don't realize that the greatest thing that you can possess has been stolen from you, called your liberties, your freedoms, and our rights. You want to be locked up like a little kid? You want to return to your room after having a little bit of freedom in the lounge because you're a good little child and the lockdown's finished for now, but the moment that you get up there, the moment that you start to be a problem, or there is a reason for why over-controlling political parents want to put you back in your room, they can do it with this recent legislation. I'm jumping all around the place, but I'm telling you right now, that's what we got. You can be back in level 4 with a click of a finger. God knows what else will happen with election approaching. It's gone beyond safety now. It ain't about the virus anymore. It's all about control. You quarantine sick people. Tyranny is you quarantine healthy people. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was killed because of his stand.